Good evening to you all. Part 3, I guess, and welcome to this year's Art Awards. It's a huge privilege to be able to stand here and welcome you all, but even more so to welcome Matthew Tosh, who's going to be leading tonight, and Katie Town, who's been doing the adjudications so necessary. So over to you, Matthew.
Thank you very much, Neil. Thank you. And good evening, everyone, and good evening to people who are watching online. And if you're watching this recording back, a very warm welcome to you. I'm very pleased this evening to be joined by Katie Town, who is the Art Awards leader. And I'd like to invite Katie up just to give us an overview of what the awards are about and to introduce us to our judges.
Of course. So I'm going to do the politician thing about starting from saying, thank you for your question, Matthew. I'm going to start by saying something different, which is just to recognise that I've been involved as your ART Awards leader for last year's awards and for this year's awards. And I got involved because Andrew Slade got in touch with me and asked a request, which he knew the answer was going to be yes. So I think some of that learning that we've had today around Elva's words of powerful communication are about the person asking the question knowing how to get the right response, and occasionally that the right response from you might be no. Saying all that, the ART Awards are a brilliant way about celebrating the whole of the ringing community. There's 2 of the awards that are only open to people who are a part of the ART scheme, but all the other awards are open to anyone involved in teaching, in promotion, in being brilliant in the ringing exercise. And as an exercise that is totally about its volunteers, it's really brilliant to get to celebrate lots of voluntary work that's happening, not just in the UK, but across the world. So when I got asked to be involved, I said, who can be my team? Because I'm the awards leader, but we need judges. Every award ceremony needs some judges. And I asked, out of people who did it the previous year, who's interested in coming on the journey with us? And actually the answer was only Ed Walker. But hey, some bit of continuity is really good. So Ed Walker is a ringer in his 20s, based in Nottingham, and is super good at reading quickly, is what we've discovered. And we're really good at disseminating information. And it's great to get a perspective of someone who not long ago been in the university and not long ago been a real life young person. And having him on the judging panel was really important. I then thought, who can I ask to do this? Because actually, if the awards are going well, it's a really big job because there'll be lots of nominations to need to read. And so I started racking my brains. And then the previous chief judge took me on one side. It's Wendy Bloom. She's never very short of opinions in a very positive way. And she said, I've been speaking to Stuart Hutchinson and he would be perfect. So I thought, well, pick up the phone because Stuart absolutely would be perfect. And then in the conversation, I realised that Liz was just as keen as Stuart to be involved. So I was in a buy one, get one free scenario, which was even better. Stuart and Liz do a huge amount of teaching themselves at Abbots Bromley. They're really involved in their local association, involved in creating a teaching centre, and all of that means that they understand the time and the commitment it takes to do what everyone in this room is doing. So I had a team of 3. We could have stopped. But then I thought, actually, this is an international organisation. We want to stretch the awards further outside the UK. So I asked Hayley Burnett, who rings and lives in Washington, DC, to be involved, which by necessity means that she's oddly enough not here, AMRs being what they are, but also meant that we had to do the process by Zoom. But it was great to get that perspective, because we had different ages, different perspectives, and an international perspective.
Brilliant. So I think thank you very much for that, Kate. That was really good. I'd like to invite Stuart up actually as the chief judge, just to talk about the judging process. What sorts of things? What was the things you were looking for? What things stood out for you?
Oh, well, there was so much. Thank you very much for the kind words of the introduction there. I don't know about the people who are in this room. I strongly expect this is the case. You do the ringing yourself, you do some teaching, you do a whole load of training and teaching and stuff like that. You think you're doing a great job. And then you read some of these applications from people. We had 43 nominations this time. It's an absolute treasure to read some of these things. The detail, the energy, the effort, the imagination, the ideas that people are coming up with is absolutely phenomenal and inspirational, really. So our process was a lot of reading. It sounds not tedious, but it did sound like it was quite a daunting task with 23 different applications. And one of the applications was rather long because it invited a number of people to apply to help with the application. So we had an awful lot of paper to work through, but it was actually really an enjoyable process. I spend my time, and I think other people did as well, with everything in front of me that I was reading, and another piece of paper beside me saying, well, that was a good idea. Well, that's a good idea as well. Oh, I could really do that. It was joyous.
Yeah, well, I share that because I was privy to the nominations and the people who have won the awards tonight, and I've seen it, and I've certainly taken a lot of inspiration. Just before I let you go, do you have any advice for anyone who's considering nominating anybody?
Well, I think the nominations that we've had, really genuinely, we would be able to award prizes many, many times over. The hardest job that we had was always selecting from an abundance of really, really good applications. But what made applications stand out for us, I think, were the ones that were really intelligently and well considered, well planned, and also quantifiable. Some of the questions were as simple as, how many people have you trained this year? How many people did you train last year who are still ringing this year? If you can keep some facts and figures going all through the period of consideration and then compare it year on, it's good practice for all of us, really. It's easy to say, yeah, I'm doing okay, it's all tripping along quite nicely. When you put the numbers and the facts down, you can't go anywhere from that. So keeping all the facts and the quantities in there.
Stuart, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. The moment has come where we start to announce the awards. And we're going to start with our first award, which is the Learning the Ropes Individual Achievement Award. And this category recognises individuals who reached Learning the Ropes level 5 on tower bells or handbells. We were talking about handbells earlier because me and Katie are both big handbell fanatics. And this achievement would have been during 2025. The judges consider each ringer's development in terms of quality, quantity, and complexity, as well as the timescale of their progress. Our thanks go to the Ancient Society of College Youths for sponsoring this award. Now, the nominees are Jessica Hay, Claire Tilling, James Dunhill, Jaden Newton, and Max Thompson. Now, our judges have the discretion to award truly exceptional nominees by awarding them highly commended runners-up status. And it gives me great pleasure to announce that we have one such runner-up in our first award for this year. And our highly commended runner-up is, I can't remember where this is going to appear. You ready for this? Here we go. So exciting. Okay. It is Jaden Newton. Congratulations, Jaden. Jaden isn't able to be here tonight, but rings at All Saints in Roos in East Yorkshire. Starting out at the age of 7, Jaden has grown over the past 7 years into a 15-year-old steeplekeeper who has earned the respect of his whole band. So much so that he regularly takes charge of Sunday morning ringing. He conducted quarter peals of Grandsire and Plain Bob doubles faultlessly at the age of 14. And the judges were especially moved by his tenacity, particularly as his tower is geographically isolated. It's known locally, I love this, as the Far East of the Beverley and District Society, which means he has to travel extensively to find progression opportunities. He's a deeply proud Yorkshire tyke who is inspiring other young ringers, including his young brother. I don't know about you. If I had an older brother standing with a massive spanner like that, I think I'd be inspired as well. But seriously, Jaden, if you're watching this, congratulations. So, on to the winner. I'll wait for the little voice in my ear to say who our winner is of this category. The individual achievement for learning the ropes is Claire Tilling. Listen to this. Claire rings with the Forest Edge Ringers at Huntley and Longhope in Gloucestershire. Returning to ringing at the age of 60 after stopping as a teenager, Claire has shown remarkable self-determination. With few local opportunities for method ringing, she taught herself Cambridge Minor in just 1 month so that she could ring it at her branch AGM. Even more impressively, to celebrate her 60th birthday, she learned 60 different doubles methods across just 2 practices, plus plenty of homework. The judges loved reading her nomination and highlighted the way she balances a busy life as a head teacher of 2 primary schools, whilst also being an unfailingly positive, protective mentor to fellow learners, recently conducting her novice band first place in the local striking competition. I feel really inadequate after reading that, but also truly inspired. Claire, if you're watching this, a huge congratulations from all of us here. Okay, now sticking with the individual awards, we're now looking at the Individual Contribution Award, which recognises a ringer's contribution to the Widing ringing community, looking at organisation, leadership, technical skills and initiative. Once again, thank you to the College Youths for sponsoring this particular award. And the nominees are Jessica Hay, Victoria Roche and Jez Bowman. Well, I'm very pleased to say that we have 2 highly commended runners-up in this category. See, we did quite well in this category. It's nice, isn't it? It's lovely. No one goes home as a loser. No one's a loser. No one's a loser. No one goes home empty-handed. That's what I'm saying. So first, we have 2 highly commended runners-up who are Jessica Hay and Vicky Roche. So let me tell you about them. Jessica, first of all, started ringing in early 2023 for Ring for the King. And she became quickly an art-accredited teacher and the driving force behind scheduling apps for her hub. Mobile phone scheduling apps, love this. She has run 32 quarter peals, stepped up as treasurer for 2 towers, and is a strong champion of the 50 Ringing Things initiative, helping to spark district-wide enthusiasm for ringing old bells. And our second highly commended runner-up is Vicky. Vicky, you're here, aren't you? Is she here? Come on, let's have you up, because you can get your certificate. Stuart will present you. If you go that side, we're going to take some pictures that side. And whilst you have your photo taken and you get your certificate, I will tell people all about what you've been up to. Vicky rings at All Saints in Old Heathfield in East Sussex. She stepped up as tower captain early this year and completely revitalised her band. She arranged extra weekly practices and one-to-one sessions. She even installed a tower camera, love this, a tower camera to help learners visualise bell control. Her trainees have progressed exceptionally quickly, with 3 juniors reaching level 1 in just 3 months. Well deserved, I think, don't we think? Thank you. Okay. So, I meant to show you pictures of these people. There we go. Sorry about that. Well, no prizes for guessing. Our winner, well deservedly, is Jez Bowen, who is also here tonight. Jez rings at Barrow-on-Soar and Walton-on-the-Wolds in Leicestershire. He's a local church warden who realised his tower band was dying out. So he decided to learn to ring in late 2023 in order to save it. His progress has been nothing short of explosive. Jez quickly set up a twice weekly teaching hub, achieved his art module 1 and became steeplekeeper for 2 towers. Drawing on his professional background in electronics engineering, he even designed and installed an 8-bell simulator for his tower.
There's only 6 actually.
6. It says 8. You can go with 8 if you want. It sounds good. Amazing stuff. And you'll have twigged, for those of you watching will not be aware, Jez is actually responsible for the live streaming and a lot of our tech that's been happening here as well. So thank you very much. Just before we let you go, the judges were struck by Jez's technical innovation, his infectious enthusiasm, which has recruited a whole new generation of ringers, and the way he has single-handedly revitalised the Guild's Education Committee. Thank you, Jez.
Thank you.
Right, now we move on to the Len Roberts Award for the promotion of ringing, which recognises people making a significant contribution to promoting ringing in their local area, particularly beyond the traditional ringing community. And we thank Len Roberts for sponsoring this award. So our nominees are Sarah Carrick, the Dean Heritage Centre Project, Anne Bray, Dylan Thomas, and Nigel Dick and Angela Ross Kelly. And the winner is Dylan Thomas. And Dylan is the 22-year-old ringing master at Wellington Cathedral of St Paul in New Zealand. And we hope you're watching. Bell ringing is still largely a hidden activity in New Zealand, but Dylan has made it his mission to change that. He opened the huge steel street level tower doors at weekends, put out sandwich boards to welcome the public, and installed a live feed camera for visitors. During the Wellington Heritage Festival, he hosted more than 300 visitors in the tower. He also organised the first 12-bell peal in 20 years, securing local radio interviews along the way. And the judges were deeply impressed by the way that Dylan has transformed what had previously been a challenging relationship with the cathedral, and by how actively he is liaising with other local churches to augment and install new rings of bells in order to secure the future of change ringing in his city. What an amazing story. Well, we're going to stick with the youth theme, actually, because we're moving on to the Youth Awards. This is the Sarah Beecham Youth Award for youth, school and university groups that have successfully recruited, retained and developed young ringers. And we are very grateful to the Sarah Beecham Memorial Trust for their support with this award. So our nominees, and we have quite a few in this category, The nominees are ANZAB Youth, so that's the Association of New Zealand and Australian Bell Ringers. We've got the St Clement's Teaching Centre, we heard of earlier, in Cambridge. Liverpool University Society of Change Ringers. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry, it's Leicester. Why did it say Liverpool? Leicester, it says it there on the screen. I'm sorry. It's Leicester, isn't it? Yeah. So, sorry, Leicester Society of Change Ringers. We've got the Cumbrian Herdwicks. We have Birmingham University Society, Bangor Students Society, and the Durham University Society of Change Ringers. Right. So where are we going for this one? We are going, first of all, to a highly commended runner-up. The judges were very impressed, and our runner-up, highly commended, is ANZAB Youth. So if you know anything about Australia and New Zealand, Australia, first of all, is vast, absolutely enormous. And when you add in New Zealand, plus that huge expanse of water between the two countries, the challenges soon become apparent. And I want you to imagine just for a moment, imagine being a teenager and having to travel more than 300 kilometres to find another ringer aged under 40. That's not just a thought experiment. That is reality for some ringers out there. And ANZAB Youth has been working across huge geographical barriers, some towers more than 3,000 kilometres apart, but that did not deter this under-30s network from organising a highly successful 5-day youth event in Adelaide, where multiple ringers scored their first quarters and peels. They use Instagram for daily peer support and have recruited brilliantly through university music groups in Melbourne. The judges described it as a brilliant nomination, operating on a so much bigger scale than anything else they've seen. So ANZAB Youth, go. Brilliant stuff. And the winner of the Sarah Beecham Youth Award is the Durham University Society of Change Ringers. The Durham University Society successfully recruited 14 learners this academic year and has achieved a flawless 100% retention rate. That's really good. They did this by running intensive weekend boot camps using handbells. Pick up the handbells again. They're using handbells to teach rhythm and theory before moving on to tower bells, and deeply integrating the recruits into the social life of university ringing with ceilidhs, bake-offs, and bar crawls. Sounds good. The judges praised their phenomenal recruitment, noted their strong use of art teaching methods, and were highly impressed that 5 of these brand new learners have already been elected to the Society's committee, securing excellent succession planning. Future's bright. So well done, Durham University.
As a Dusker member, I'm particularly pleased with
Oh, excellent. There we go.
somebody here from Dusker.
We have Dusker members in the audience here. Yes, excellent. Right. Let's move on to the Award for Inspiring Leadership in Ringing. And this award recognises individuals who create and deliver long-term vision for their bell ringing community through imaginative and inspiring leadership. And we thank Talent Innovations for their sponsorship of this award. Now, this was an incredibly popular category. We have a lot of nominations. And I think this is brilliant because these are people who are being nominated for their inspiring leadership. We've talked about leadership at today's conference here, and I take a lot from this list. Just have a look at this. So our nominations are Peter Bray, Jack Pease, Matthew Turner, Wendy Riley and Jane Craddock, Tracy Lawson, Sarah Crenell and Benamy Tutcher, Lizzie Reel, Robert Friskney, Jeremy Davies, Phil Gay, Chris Peruzza, Vicky Rouse, Lucas Williams and Sarah Holland. Big list. And it may not surprise you, but we have a highly commended runner-up. So the judges were very impressed. And our runner-up is Vicky Rouse. Let me tell you a little bit about Vicky. She is Guild Master for the Salisbury Diocesan Guild, ringing in the Nadder Valley of Wiltshire. Vicky has transformed the local administration by introducing a unified electronic membership system. And I take my hat off to anyone that's done that, because I've done that for my own association. It's not an easy task. She runs centralised 7-week Learn to Ring courses across her branch, revamped the novice striking competition, and overhauled safeguarding protocols for the Bradfield ringing course. The judges were deeply impressed by the sheer breadth of her impact and by her do, review, and adapt approach, which empowers local ringers to take responsibility for their own practices. So congratulations, Vicky. And now we move on to our winner for inspiring leadership. It is Lucas Williams. Congratulations, Lucas, if you're watching. Lucas took over as master of the Birmingham University Society of Chained Ringers when the society was quite literally on the brink of collapse, because all of their experienced members were graduating in the same year. He personally led a major campus recruitment drive, bringing in 15 complete beginners. His teaching philosophy is to throw people in at the deep end with support in a supportive environment, pushing students to ring 26 quarter peals in a single semester and build rapid resilience. He also organised a 142-person anniversary dinner to raise funds for handbell refurbishments. The judges praised his success in getting young, flexible minds through the door and building a self-sustaining society, all while heavily time restricted by his own university studies. No mean feat. Congratulations, Lucas Williams. So now we come to the Art Award for Excellence in Recruitment and Retention. So now we've got them in through the doors, how do we hold on to them? And this category focuses on how successful a group or individual has been in recruiting and retaining recruits, with an emphasis on that long-term retention and sharing those lessons learned. Our thanks go to Able Sim for supporting this award and sponsoring it. And I shall give you the nominees. They are Lynn Batsford and Sarah Carrick, Dylan Thomas, Anthony Rands, and Nick Dallison and Michael Williams. The winner is, actually there's two, Lynn Batsford and Sarah Carrick. Congratulations. Lynn and Sarah both ring across the Pewsey Vale cluster in Wiltshire. They both only began ringing in 2023, so you need to bear this in mind. But they quickly completed their art training to become teachers. In 2025 alone, they recruited 8 new ringers through sheer community hustle. That's my phrasing, and a strong online presence. But if you listen to what they've been up to, you'll start to understand. They've run stands at various community events, so the Pewsey community event, the Upavon Summer Fete, and many local church, youth and scout groups have been involved as well. They spend up to 12 hours a week teaching on the Pewsey simulator, giving recruits a huge amount of rope time to accelerate their learning. The judges were impressed by their dedication and by their highly empathetic, inclusive environment they have built, which has resulted in a near zero dropout rate and successfully brought lapsed ringers back into the tower. Congratulations, Lynn Batsford and Sarah Carrick. Well, on to the band or cluster of the year, which is open to any tower or cluster focused on improving ringing standards and developing the sustainability of ringing, regardless of the current ringing level. And thank you to John Taylor Bell Foundry for sponsoring this award. So the nominees, and this is our last category of the evening, the nominees are Pewsey Vale Bell Ringers Cluster, the Alresford School of Bell Ringing, Fladbury and Cropthorne Ringers, St Anne's Ringing School, also known as STARS, Bolsover, and the Birmingham University Society. Now this year, the judges could not separate two very different but equally spectacular groups representing different demographics. So this means, unusually, we actually have joint winners. Are you ready? Our joint winners are Birmingham University and Fladbury and Cropthorne. So congratulations to both. I will start with Birmingham. You heard me mention a little bit earlier about the risk of the Birmingham Society completely folding when everybody left at the same time. But the society has recovered from that near extinction to achieve an average practice attendance of 20 ringers. As a band, they then pushed themselves to ring an incredible 33 quarter peals in 2025, recording 68 firsts for their members. They even hosted their own Art Module 1 course to train 4 students as new teachers, making the university band entirely self-sufficient. The judges noted that this was an extraordinary year of turnaround and absolute dedication to progression. Our second joint winner is the Fladbury and Cropthorne Ringers from the Five Alive benefice in Worcestershire. So we've got Fladbury on the left and Cropthorne on the right. I think we've got that the right way around. This is a brand new post-pandemic band that started from scratch in 2022 to revitalise ringing across 3 previously silent towers. They now have 15 regular ringers who are all showing progress. What amazed the judges most was their fierce unity as a band. No single person carries all the load. Almost everyone calls changes. They organise their own transport to visit guest towers, and they run hugely popular tower tours for village festivals. They have taken complete ownership of their own development and become an inspirational, thriving part of their local community. And I'd just like to say congratulations to both groups. That's Fladbury and Cropthorne and Birmingham University Societies. Very inspirational. So that brings us to the end of the awards ceremony. I'd just like to once again congratulate all of the winners and the highly commended, and anybody who was nominated. If you've been nominated, you're clearly doing something right. And I think everybody here will share with me that we can take a lot of inspiration from some of those stories we've heard tonight. And I certainly enjoyed reading the nominations as well. I'd like to, on behalf of ART, thank all of the judges, led ably by Stuart, who we heard from a little bit earlier. Everybody who has made a nomination and spent the time putting the pen to paper and sending things through, very much appreciated. We'd also like to thank the ART team and Katie for managing the awards, and also for Claire Penny, who's done a lot of the admin, in particular behind the scenes. And if you're watching and you're interested in nominating somebody in the next cycle of awards, I've been told that the nominations process will open in autumn of this year. So it just remains from me, Matthew Tosh, on behalf of everyone here, if you're watching online, to say thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon. I'm going to go and sit down now. Thank you. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. It's been great. And I'll see you in the pub.
Thank you, Matthew.
Very good.
We also have a huge thank you, Katie, to you for